Hi everyone, it's Leanne from Rivo Creations, and thanks for joining me again today. It's actually after dinner, and it's getting darker. Now, I have been doing these coin envelopes. I'll just show you them. You can get these from Amazon, Officeworks, all sorts of places here in Australia. They're very sweet little um, coin packet or coin purse or coin, not coin purse, but coin envelope, just a little one that's got sticky on the top. It's beautiful manila folder type colour. Well, actually, it's more of a, I don't know, craft colour maybe. But anyway, you can get them on Amazon. They're very cheap. And what I have been doing is, hang on a minute, I just got to find some silly scissors. Where are some? I want the little tiny ones. There we go. Beautiful day again today. I slept all day. um, why did I sleep? Because I've been sick with the flu of some sort. No, not COVID. Just the flu. And pretty sick. Very asthmatic type flu. Hit you in the head, cold, and lungs. And I'm totally, totally weak and washed out. But I'm champion on. Okay, I just wanted to cut that butterfly out. I'm not very good at cutting little things, but that's good enough. Okay, this is what I've been doing with the coin packets. I have been covering them, decorating them. I've used music paper, scrap paper, book paper. I've used a stencil, a script stencil. I've used a little bit of lace there. I've used lace here, crocheted lace there. And I've left, as you can see, out the sides, I've left it like that. I like that look. This one's another one that I did a little bit different. Very similar though. I think this is a napkin. That's a picture out of a book. That's some music. This is just, you know how you buy tops, or yeah, tops. Just the top part of a top, and they have the little ribbon at the top to hang off the coat hanger. I always cut them off and use them in projects. It's a really good way of using them up. I've also got some lace on the envelope top here, and I've done some script, a tiny bit of script stamping on that one as well. And this one here is tomatoes. And I've done something very, very similar. Oops. Take this down a bit. Yeah. Got some more crocheted lace there. Some old book pages here underneath. I've just collaged it. And then I put some lace on the top there. And that's just a pretty one as well. Very pretty, that one. Well, they all are pretty. I thought we'd make some. I got two here to show you how I did them, or maybe three. Okay, I've got some paper here. Let me see what I've got. I'm just going to get my stamping. And I've got my glue stick. And I'm just going to stamp this up. I'm just going to brown the edges. Very simple to do. Just get an old book, one that's old, wrecked, or you're outread and you don't want to swap it, and use it in your projects. I do. Some of those old books are never going to be read. They're yellowed, they're stained, outdated. I mean, they are old stories, and if you're not into old stories, you want the modern stories, then my generation loves old stories. So old books would be fascinating to us from our vintage, our generation. And I recognise there's a new generation and that they have good things too. But I'm from an older generation. I'm only 60, going on 20. Okay? Yes, I am 60, but I am going on 20. You're only as young as you feel. And that's true. My mother was 77 when she passed. And she said to me, Leanne, you treat me like an old woman. In my body, I'm 77, but I feel like I'm 20. That's how my mind works. And I used to think, really? She was right. She was so right. Mum was so right. I'm not happy with that there. Let me just see if I can do it a bit more. Okay, that'll do. Okay, get some paper, scrap paper, book paper, music, any sort of paper, any sort of background paper you want to use. And then we're just going to collage it onto these little pockets, coin pockets. Okay. Let me just see what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I like that one best. Okay, let's do the music next. As I said, it's a beautiful day. It's not too hot, not too cold. Actually, it's getting colder. That means we're getting into autumn. Ooh. I do like autumn, but spring's my favourite. What favourite is yours? What season is your favourite? Summer I find too hot, but I do like spring. Just starting to sprout, or the it's like a transitional period into summer, spring, and just like autumn is a transitional period into winter. So, you know, I do like autumn as well, but spring's my favourite. But I don't like winter and don't like summer. So there you go. Okay, that's what I got so far. It's just a collage of everything on it. I use some music, I use some script, and I use just a corner out of a page of a book with some drawing. I'm not sure what it was, but I do like that. Now let's see what we're going to put on here. I do have a little pieces of ephemera here that I can use, and that's pretty. Let's see this one. It's pretty. I like that too. Let's try a bird. That's pretty. Okay. Is anything taking your fancy so far? I think all of them are quite nice. Now I'm just going to see what that ticket does. I'll have a look at that. I do like it. There's a yellow bird. I think it gets lost on the page, that yellow bird. Same as that flower. And of course we've got the tiny butterfly I just cut out. They all look good, but I'm going to possibly the butterfly. I'm going to have a look at this. I'm just going to cut around it because I haven't cut it out, and it's just a ticket. Boy, my eyes are bad. Can't see tonight. Okay. Right, who's been watching the news here in Australia? The politics. Christian Porter, the Attorney General of Australia, has been accused of whatever, rape, wasn't it? A 16-year-old girl when he was 17. We have to presume he's innocent. Have to presume that. Hard to understand, though, why a girl would commit suicide if it wasn't something that happened between them. Because obviously that's what she's stating to the police, or has stated to the police and her friends. I'm going to brown this up now, or edge it. But, you know, we can't always accuse people because we weren't there and we don't have the evidence. But it's hard to believe she would make it up. She is a victim, and victims have to be handled very carefully. Right, now, what do you think? If I put that, can you see? Put that up there. Mission free. I might turn it around. And I might put the bird there. What does that look like? I don't know. But I like it. I'm going to have to go back to browning again and do my bird. Let's put a bird on. Who doesn't like birds? Right. It's not too bad. This one I've done a little bit differently to the others. Oops, I need that. Now let me just see. I'm just going to look at it myself to see if I can place it in the best position, the position I like. Right, that looks good to me. Okay, got it. Let's put some glue on it. Now this is a bit of cardstock, so you need to put plenty of glue on it. I can get my finger off it. So that's what it looks like. Okay, let's put our bird on. Oh dear. Right, if you live in the western suburbs of Sydney, say in the Blacktown area, please drop me a line. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, or leave me a comment and say you're watching. But please comment something, either a thumbs up, a comment, or a like, or just continue to watch me. I want to hear from people if they're out there. Hello everyone. If you're out there, please drop me a line. Right, that's a bird. I like that one. Now let's do something with this top here. And put them up there. We're going to use them in our project when we start it. I do have this journal that I'm doing with, oh dear, what's her name? Dudley Howe. Yes, Dudley Howe. Now, I am terrible at remembering things. I'm so sorry. But I'm following along with her journal making from, well, she used toilet rolls, didn't she? I just used cardboard. I didn't have any toilet rolls. And she sewed them all together, machine sewed. And then she collaged it with lots of old paper. And then she gessoed. Then she cut out this window. And then I noticed on hers she had collaged a bit more paper on top to decorate it. And so that's where I'm up to. I'm waiting for the next video to see what's next. So I'll bring you that when I can. There's that. Now we want to do this lip here, and I'm just going to get some scrap paper because that's all it requires. It doesn't need anything else. How about we do some music? Music's pretty. And we just want to, let me see. I'm just going to rip that. Okay. So we'll round that up as well. Edge it up. Is it going to go that way? Yeah, that way. Now, let me just measure it. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Okay. Let's now do this. And let's put that right on the edge of our envelope. Now I'm just going to have a look at it, see where it folds. Right, so I can do it there. Okay. That looks good. What do you think? So that opens up like that, goes down like that. I still think it needs a bit of lace or something, so I am going to put some lace on it. Pretty little white lace. Yeah, that'll look nice. Scissors. There you go. So let's put some pretty white lace on it. Oops. Come down a little bit. Do it up as tight as it'll go. And then that. Now, that looks pretty. What do you think? I think it does. Now you can leave that off or you can cut it if you like. I like to just do it a bit messy like the other ones. I've left the other ones like that. So we can put this to the side a bit. Let me just turn it around a bit. Leave it to the side a bit, like that. That looks nice. Okay, that's 4 I've made. Boy, oh boy, this has taken a while. Okay, let's do this. I've cut some paper out already to make it easy and simple. Politics. So that's all happening. We've got also in the news, we've got the Royal Commission into aged care sector, where all, which is amazing because I'm of that age and I am wheelchair bound most of the time. I can walk a little bit, I'm lucky that way, but I can't do it unaided. I need walking sticks or one of those walking frames, which I do use when I need to go out. And it's amazing how many of the aged care, the people that are in these nursing homes, are sexually abused and are abused physically. They're starving. They don't get the proper medical care. What is happening with decent Australians who won't look after our elderly? They get paid. Remember that. If you're in a job and you're getting paid and your obligation is to do your job and do it professionally, because that's what the arrangement is. You get paid for that. Do you care? Well, you should care, shouldn't you? I mean, it mightn't be a vocation to people. People are in it to keep a job, to provide for their own family, but everyone gets something out of it. You can't hate your job that much that you're willing to be nasty and narcissistic to people and not care for them. You're in the wrong profession. I really believe that. You should just, either care or get out of that profession. I'm a bit on that because I'm coming up to that age where all that matters. And I tell you what, I'll kill myself before I went into a nursing home, and most people feel the same. Did you watch Q&A the other night where people said they will not go into nursing homes, they'd rather kill themselves? Well, I'm in that category. I will not go into a nursing home. It takes away my freedom and rights to do what I please and to make my own decisions. It's a different matter if I was dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that, where you cannot make those decisions for yourself. But I'll pass those decisions on to my family members, not nurses and not doctors. So now I think we may need something else on that. So I'm going to have a look. Like that word on the bottom. And so those poor people in those nursing homes, no doubt the staff, nursing staff, work very hard. They are caring for people. That's their profession, carers. They offer a service, and they've got to go back to basics. Why are you there? Who are you supplying it to? I remember I did my nursing for aged care, and the course was high quality. I did it 5 months straight, 5 days a week. I think they still do that course. And we were taught, we had a great teacher. She was very high, a role model, I should say, in that industry. Someone you could look up to and say, That's who I want to be like. And then I went out into the nursing homes to do some work experience, and I was shocked. And I was told explicitly to my face that you might have done a course that's airy-fairy, and you might think that you're doing some good, but out here in the real world, it's done this way. It's neglect, and that's what I experienced with the staff at the nursing home I worked at. Neglect. And it must be very frustrating for them too, to have to, go down that track where they feel that this is the real world, this is the way you treat people. So I just wonder, are they paid enough money? Are they dedicated enough to do the job? Are they the right sort of people we want? So there's a few things to look at, not just 100% that, they're bad, because they're not. They're not bad people. They're working in industries they probably want to work in, they're qualified to do, and they are experiencing in that workplace not good things. So I don't know a lot about it. I only know what I know from working in one. And I think there's a range of problems, but they have to be solved by the government. Sorry about that. They have to be solved by the government. New training. A lot of times it's training. Training's not sufficient enough. They need more training, more support, and more training. I like that. So, there's a host of problems. I can't begin to know what they all are. I just know what I know from working in one for a short time. I didn't work there long. I thought it was terrible. Disgusting place to work. The people weren't disgusting, it's just the system's broken. And, yep, the system's broken. I don't think there's enough money in nursing home. So the money situation's obviously something that has to be fixed by the government. They're talking about a levy, Medicare levy. I think that's a good idea. Medicare levy is for medical, and I think that's where the money should go. Right, what do you think of that? Got some lace on it. Oops. How about we put some ribbon on it? I've got any more ribbon? Yes, I do. I have some of this blue stuff left over. Let's tie it up. So anyway, my phone keeps going off. I know who it is. I'll get to it in a minute. Okay, let me just see what that looks like. Yep, that looks good. Right, I've got that in a bow. I don't think that looks very nice, so I'm going to just let it open it back up, and I'll tie a knot. So the news is quite big at the moment, and I think the government is failing us. Okay, there we go. There's that one. That one's sweet too. I like it. Okay, let's do the last one. But what I'll do is I better check, because I'm waiting for someone to ring me. Okay, I'm back. Let's do the last one. Not sure how I'm going to do this one. Okay, let me just see. One's down the middle, is it? Right. I can put a birdie there. A birdie. About a ticket as well. What else have I got over here? Butterflies. Let me see this ticket, this butterfly ticket. What do we do at this side? Yeah, that looks sweet. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. Let's start browning up everything. And then gluing everything. Okay. Yeah, while we're talking about news. Crappy news. Anyway, does anyone think that Christian Porter should resign or step down from his position? I mean, it's not every day someone gets called a rapist or they're responsible for the suicide of someone, is it? It's unlikely that someone will say that about someone high up in an office like that. It's unusual. But there must, where there's, fire, as they say, it may be true. We don't know. We'll never know. Christian Porter knows, though. He knows what the truth is. Whether he tells us or not, I suppose it doesn't really matter. But the truth should always matter, shouldn't it? The truth should always be told, and the truth should matter. I don't know what's going to happen with him. It's going to take some time off now, the poor little thing. I wonder if that girl ever had relief in her life after the incident she said happened. She didn't deny it. She just decided to withdraw. Maybe she wasn't fit enough to cope with it all. Obviously she wasn't, otherwise she wouldn't have committed suicide. Poor thing. I don't know if anyone's experienced suicide. I have known people. I have experienced someone very close to me committing suicide. I was a young girl of 15. And she was 15. We were best buds. Yes, we were best buddies. She was a sort of pretty girl. Not really that pretty. To me she was, of course. She had bucky teeth and she wore braces. She had beautiful natural curly hair, lovely hair, a stunning colour, brown. And she, excuse me, she had the beautifulest blue eyes. I still remember her very vividly. We were very close. And she wanted to leave. She was 15. She said, "Come on, Leanne, let's leave. Get on the train, go to the Blue Mountains, and get a job in waitressing in one of the motels or hotels." And she said, "Let's move away from home. I don't like home." Now, I was in a stable home, even though I didn't have a father. I was in a very stable home. I had my siblings. There were 7 of us. So I didn't have the need to leave. But I did say to her, "Yes, we'll leave tomorrow, after school tomorrow." I think it was a Friday. And she said, "Okay," and she was waiting for me. It's one of the biggest days of my regret, because when she met me at the bus stop to run away, I had a bad day at school. As I said, I got along well at home, and I didn't need to leave, so I didn't have the urge or the feelings to leave. I wasn't, in a bad home. I was treated okay in my home. And I lost the plot. She kept saying, I have to go, Leanne, I have to go. I hate my mother, I hate this, I hate that. And I didn't understand what she was going on about, because I didn't have any empathy or experience with empathy for her, because I was in a good home. Well, not a bad home, not a good home, just a decent home, I suppose you would say. Um, up to that point, that is, because I had a reasonable home life up to 15. Anyway, I lost the plot. I actually went and got cranky with her and said, what the hell are you talking about? Your mother should slap your bottom and send you into your room. I don't know what the hell's got into you, but I can't leave. I'll get into serious trouble. I need my medication. I have a thyroid and I'm having an operation next year. I can't leave. Anyway, she said she was, and now that I think about it, in my adult life, and I have thought about it many times, she was destined to be on her own. I must have let her down awfully. The poor thing. She was disappointed in me, but she didn't say that. What she did say was, all right, Leanne, I'll see you later. Have a good night, or whatever we said to each other when we left each other. And I could see it in her eyes that she was, what's the word? She knew that I wasn't going to be there for her. Somehow she knew that I don't know what's happening to her in her mind and her life, and that I had a better home life, and she wanted me to have that home life, I suppose. So she protected me a lot and said nothing bad back, but good stuff. She said, all right, yeah, have a nice night, and I'll catch you tomorrow sometime after school, because we played every day after school. And I said, all right, see ya. And I left her at the bus stop alone, talking to another friend of mine. We had mutual friends, but we were best buds. And I knew my mother would send the police after me. I knew my mother would crack up and hit me if I left. So although I understood to help her the day before, I said, all right, if you need to leave, we'll go. But that day was just the wrong day to get me, I suppose. And what followed is the very next day, I went over to play with her because she wasn't at the bus stop to meet me. I don't know how she got home earlier than me. She went to my school, that's how I met her, and she lived in my area. But she changed schools, and she went to Rudy Hill, and I went to South Blacktown High School, a girls' school. She went to a girls' school. And the next day I went over to her house, and I went in the backyard. Her brother answered the door, and me and him never got along. He hated my guts. As we used to say in those days, he hated my guts. Oh dear. And that's another story too, another sad one. They had a little shed around the back, and I went around the back, and I was outside that shed. Now, my girlfriend committed suicide in that shed. She hung herself in that shed. And I was outside probably around the time she done it, or she already had done it. And I was that close, and I didn't even know. That's some of the saddest things I've had to live with most of my life. I constantly think about, especially on the day she died, 19th of November 1975. We were two 15-year-old girls. her home life must have been worse than mine. And I think there was some serious stuff going on in her family. It was a bit of a disastrous family, or dysfunctional family. Mine was too, but mine held together until I got older. But my family were dysfunctional, and I already knew that. Somehow I just accepted it. Some lace there. Some pretty lace. And she committed suicide. And that was the end. Never forgotten her. Never forgotten how she looks, her cute little face. Death is pretty final, isn't it? You really don't have any more chance of seeing these people and helping them or talking to them ever again. Death is pretty final. And that's what happened. She was a lovely, lovely girl. Very generous, very kind. I have never met a friend again like that. It's a childhood friend, and I think they stay with you forever, especially if you're lucky enough to keep them all the years later. Mine died, and I never had a friend since. She was my only true friend. My only true friend. And I let her down, but I've never forgotten her. I still remember her, and I still think about her constantly. She was a lovely girl. Just a very sad girl. Okay, there's some lace on that one. Okay, let's take a look. Now, I'm not happy with this blue one, so I'm going to get rid of it. Blue ribbon. I've been looking at that for a while. I don't like it. Let's put some lace on it, some white lace. The white lace seems to be pretty nice. And this is old lace being ripped off something, and I bought second hand. And it's nice and pretty and white, very white. Okay, there it is. That's nice. I like that. Okay, let's see if we can show you all these that we've done. Christine Kelly was her name. Christine Kelly. Lovely girl. Alright, can you see them? You want me to hold them up? I probably should, shouldn't I? Christine's with me anyway. She's always with me. I often think about her. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, so let's hold these to the camera. These are the coin envelopes. That's pretty. It's pretty. Lace. Just a little bit of lace there. That's pretty. And then we've got this one. And then we've got this one that we just finished. That's pretty. What else I didn't do on these was some script, and I am going to do it, so I think it finishes them off. That's pretty. Pretty little envelope, pretty paper, pretty little thing. There's another one. That's pretty too. Okay. like I said, I'm going to do the script. Just put a tiny bit on, particularly on the top. Let me go. Okay. Okay, that's good. So put some script on that. That looks nice. We'll do the same to this one. Let's move our ribbon out of the way, or our lace, I should say. We'll put some script there. Some script there. Whoops. Yes, done that. That one's good too. See the script on it? That just sets it off, doesn't it? Yeah, I feel it does. Right. Got it upside down. Let me see if I can put that there. Yeah. A little bit here. Okay. That's worked. Okay, we've done that one as well. Put a bit of script on top of the envelope. A little bit down the bottom. Probably can't see. Anyway, they were simple to make. So buy some of these coin little things. You can put them in a small Midori type one, journal, or any one. Or you can just put a card in it to say happy birthday or something. You can use them for almost anything. You can put some ephemera in it, give it out as happy mail. You can do a hell of a lot. So, yeah, try them. They're fun. But I'll use them in my journal anyway. So I hope you have a great day, a great evening, in my case, because it's evening here. And I hope you have a restful sleep. And please give me a thumbs up. Where's my thumbs? Thumbs up. A comment or even a like. And I will see you next time. Please take care, everyone. See you in the next video.